Have you been watching my self-care videos? If you have, then now is the time to pay attention. Notice any changes within you or any changes around you. If you have spent time practicing self-care, please take a moment and feel. Ask yourself, what has changed? What is moving? Maybe, what have you released? Any positive change you make is not only for yourself, but for everyone around you. Hi everyone, Ellie here with another self-care video. Just sharing ideas to bring self-care into your daily routine. It can be that simple, small change in our day-to-day routine, and yet it can make all the difference to how we feel and how we manage our day-to-day routine. For example, I can spend a lot of time on the computer, and sometimes I just need a break. And one thing I like to do is just walk away from the computer, walk away, wrap up well, and go for a walk. It has a wonderful way of making me feel better. Seems to rebalance my mental health. I'm blessed that I'm well enough to go out and walk, and I would be letting myself down if I didn't wrap up well. Even 20 minutes walk every day. That fresh air, that coolness, that clears my mind. That sharp, crisp coolness makes me feel alive. And when I return, I feel amazing, invigorated, and it's cost me nothing. And yet, done so much for my health, my well-being, my mental health, as well as my physical health. Spiritually, yes. Spiritually too. And emotionally, yeah, emotionally too. Emotionally, I feel bright, cheerful, uplifted. You don't have to get in your car and drive anywhere. Just walk out of your door, walk around the block, walk to a different neighbourhood. Even just a walk around the block where you live, even in a concrete city, gives us a change of scenery. You don't have to live by the beach or in the countryside. So let's just get out there. Whether it's hot, cold, we don't need any money. Let's just get out there. If possible, trying to connect with nature. And don't worry if all seems a little bit challenging. It will at first. It's baby steps, you know. But try and bring it into your daily routine for yourself, your self-care, for your well-being. It's all about finding what works for you, things that you enjoy, and most importantly, that you can fit into your daily life, your daily routine. I do try and get out of the house each day. I like to be out in the daylight so I can see my environment more clearly, even though sometimes I do like to take a walk in the evening, look at the sky and nature in a different way. You can explore your own environment. And if you think, well, nah, it doesn't look that good, okay. But what does it look like when it's dark and the stars are out? The daylight is important though. We need all that vitamin D. And above all else, we need the exercise. That is your self-care. Have you ever explored your own neighbourhood? Sometimes we just take it for granted, especially if we get in our car and drive to where we want to be. How many times have we actually walked around the block? Become mindful of your environment. Have you ever thought when you're out, oh, I've never been down there. I'm going to take a different path that I normally would take. We would not even consider taking a different route. We take the route which we are most familiar with. We know it's going to get us from A to B quickly, easily, and smoothly. Whatever, but the operative word is speed. We think, yes, we're just going to get there. But hey, if you don't have somewhere to get to in a hurry, take an unfamiliar route. Perhaps explore your own neighbourhood. So I guess all this isn't going to be for everyone, and that's okay, because we're talking about self-care. And self-care is as unique as you are. It could take time. It took me a long time to find what works best for me. Now I have a self-care routine, but also stuff like going for a walk, just spontaneously dancing, or simply being still and breathing. Those little things are all self-care. Why? Because they can rebalance us. They can help us become more centered, more mindful, and more present in the moment. And when we are present in the moment, our mind becomes calmer and clearer, perhaps even more focused. our body relaxes, so we find a mind and body connection. So you see, it's about finding what works for you. It's trial and error. And I won't say, try this, it'll make you feel amazing, because I don't know what's going to work for you, but I encourage you to explore. I've made this video blog to share my belief that it's through self-care that we can rebalance our energies. We can find that me time. We need to find that space, and we will come out feeling rejuvenated, refreshed. So your me time could perhaps be in the afternoon if you know that you're working in the evening, or you're busy doing something and perhaps feeling tired. So you just retreat into your space, taking 5, 10, even 15 minutes of me time could be just what you need to help you get through whatever it is you need to deal with. Do you have a self-care practice, routine already in place? What do you do that takes you away from the hustle and the bustle just for 5, 10 minutes when you need it the most? But also, what do you have in place that can give you quality me time? For me, having that quality me time seems to help me cope with my demands in a more manageable way. If you saw my last video, I talked about creating a routine, a ritual. I also talked about creating space for your me time to take place. So if you didn't see my last video titled Energy, Vibe and the Universe, I invite you to see it, because if you are thinking, I haven't got time for me time, or I can't even create a ritual, I want to say that when we feel we don't have time for relaxation, meditation, me time, mindfulness, that could be when we need it the most. And with regards to ritual or a routine, we've all got one. We've all got one right now. We've all got a habit in the morning, a habit, a ritual of getting up, perhaps putting the kettle on, or having a percolator on, or we put on the music. What is your routine? What do you do first thing in the morning when you get up? What do you do before you get out of bed? Do you always reach for your phone? That's a routine. That's a habit. We've all got habits. What do you do when you get home from work, from school or college? Do you drop your keys? Go straight into the kitchen? Do you go upstairs? Do you walk through the door? Kick off your shoes? Just think. Take a moment and contemplate your routine when you wake up. Your routine when you go to sleep. Your routine when you leave the house or walking through your door. You already have in place habits, rituals, and a routine. So why not create a new one? And it's so doable. But first, I do invite you to check out my last video and see the ideas about creating space, perhaps space in a room. Doesn't have to be a separate room. But then make it a habit, your me time. That's what these videos and creating is about. It's about finding what works for you. And I've said it before. Not one thing is going to work for everyone. No, it doesn't work like that. It's as unique as our own uniqueness. When we discover what we need, we can then create exactly what we need, what can actually restore balance within us. So have a think, perhaps writing your journal. What do you enjoy? What makes you feel good? Have you tried a hobby? Actually, a hobby or a craft, or simply learning something new can be so good for our mental health. I try to do something creative on a regular basis. It helps to manage my stresses and it quietens my mind. Creativity is within all of us. It's such an important part of us, and it's there to develop. Just like our logical side. Some people are more creative. Some are more logical. So it's trial and error. Try and see what works for you, what you enjoy, what is a pleasure, and the rewards can be phenomenal. Just try. It's nothing to do with being good. Most of you know I've been making jewellery forever. Well, not jewellery, sorry. Crystal jewellery, to be specific. Working with crystals. And sometimes, well, quite often, after making a piece of jewellery, perhaps a necklace, oh my word, I might think that it just does not look right. Maybe it doesn't feel right to me. You know, the energy might not be flowing. And hey, I'm all about the energies, you know that. But hey ho, while I was making it, I had that quiet time in my head. I had that space I needed. Okay, it's not a piece I'm going to wear or even give away. So I put it to one side and then perhaps turn it into something else at a later date. So please remember, you don't have to be good at it. Just find something you're drawn to. Find what works for you. You don't have to be good. It's not about that. It's not so much about being good. It's more about the taking part in that activity. That's what counts. Not if you're creating a masterpiece. No. Believe me, that doesn't happen very often. So don't try to be perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. Strive for perfection sounds like too much pressure when we're trying to be creative. Creativity flows. Creativity just happens. It's art. It's intuitive. So just let it all go. And just allow yourself to flow in the moment, in whatever craft or project you embark on. Check out your shops. There's lots of craft kits out there. But most of all, try. Why not make this month the time for learning new skills, for taking part in self-care? Everything you may have become interested in, then this is the time to start that something new. One thing I haven't covered is our self-talk, the way we speak about ourselves, the way we speak to ourselves. Our vibration, frequencies, or energies, whatever term you like to use, is constantly affected by our thoughts. And our thoughts come from our ideas, views, beliefs. If you find yourself feeling negative because of your thoughts or feelings, your vibration will be low. Emotions of guilt, doubt, lack, even greed and envy create a low vibrations, which can push our goals further away from us. Self-care is one of those amazing ways that can change all this. It can help us to change the focus of our mind and raise our vibrational frequencies. This refocusing can help us to feel more relaxed and even less anxious. So, as there isn't time in this video, I'm going to create another one that is going to continue from here. And once you start putting positive vibes out into the world, you'll be amazed at the positive energy coming back to you. And as they say, what you put out in the world comes back to you. I have videos on my channel about affirmations, and they are perfect for changing our self-talk. So in the meantime, check them out. I'll put links in the comments section. Listen to the videos I've created on affirmations, and in the meantime, I'll create the next video. So we'll leave it there for now, but look out for the next video on self-care. I'm going to talk more about the way we talk and the vibration it creates. So we'll leave it there for now, but look out for the next video on self-care, which I'm going to continue talking about the way we talk has an effect on our vibration. I'm also going to be talking about reaching our goals through visualization. Whatever your goal is, stopping smoking, losing weight, perhaps starting a new exercise routine. Maybe you seek more motivation. It doesn't matter what your goal is. We're going to look at how self-care could help to keep the momentum, keep the focus, even build the desire for change. But the first step is to have a self-care plan, a self-care routine. So it is there ready for us to retreat to when perhaps we may need it the most. Watch my last video if you missed it, and I will see you all in my next video. Look forward to seeing you all. Love you all. Bye. Bye everyone. See you soon.